Good morning. My name is Alana Quarles, and I'm a ninth grader at School Without Walls. I'm a member of the Supreme Team's in-school internship program at Benning Stoddard Recreation Center. What I enjoy most about this program is the experience and exposure that this program provides through leisure and social recreational activities. I appreciate DC Department of Parks and Recreation for making teams a priority and that the adults make an effort to challenge us every day. Thank you, Director Hunter and Mayor Bowser, for your support of this program. This morning, I have the pleasure of introducing the Mayor of Washington, D.C., Madam Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Thank you, Alana. Thank you. Well, good morning. And welcome to the beautiful Berry Farm Recreation and Aquatic Center. Alana, thank you for your introduction. I also want to welcome Councilmember Henderson, who has joined us today, along with our wonderful teams at the Department of Parks and Recreation. Give them a big round of applause. So you'll hear a little bit from me and the council member, and we will turn it over to Director Hunter to talk about all the exciting opportunities at the Department of Parks and Recreation. We know the staff who work at our rec centers like this one at beautiful Berry Farm are keeping our kids safe and engaged. And we know that our residents of all ages enjoy this rec center. You heard and you see the engagement going on right now. As you know, our DC public schools are having a parent-teacher conference day and a professional development day tomorrow. So we're grateful to DPR for always having engaging opportunities at out-of-school time. I asked Director Hunter throughout our response to COVID and now too to always look for ways for DPR to be a part of our solutions. And I asked him to add hours to our recreation center. And I'm pleased to announce today that Director Hunter has found a way. So beginning Monday, March 27th, DPR will be expanding hours starting at 8 high-demand rec centers and eventually to all 45 by April. Most of these 8 sites are currently Monday through Friday, noon to 8 p.m., but now they will be open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 extra hours of programming. And on Saturdays, instead of 9 to 1, they will be open 9 to 5. The 8 sites with expanded hours are Berry Farm, Turkey Thicket, Deanwood, Kenilworth, Edgewood, Columbia Heights, Emory Heights, and Rosedale. And while we are excited to be expanding hours right now, we are also very focused on the summer and DPR summer programming. So over the years, residents have certainly loved this programming, and one thing that we've heard loud and clear is that they would also love the process of signing up. So we have heard countless stories from DC parents about how they have tried but couldn't get their kids into the exciting programs that DPR offers, and they felt that the registration system just wasn't fair. So in addition to expanding hours, I also charge DPR with creating a better system, one that is more equitable and gives more families a fair shot at getting their kids into summer camp. So I'm excited to announce that DPR is moving to a lottery-based system. The DPR summer camp lottery registration will open on Monday, March 13th at noon, and parents will have nearly 4 weeks to sign up, and it won't be a frantic scramble to sign up. Even better, there will be more summer slots through our Recreation for All initiative. We've added more programming, including gymnastics, volleyball, and esports. And so now with that, I want to introduce Councilmember Christina Henderson, at-large council member, who has worked with us in the department very closely at supporting more opportunities for DC families. Councilmember Henderson.
Thank you, Mayor Bowser, and thank you to the work that you all and DPR have done on this initiative. I think it was about a year ago, I texted Director Hunter and was like, it can't be the Hunger Games. There has to be a better way to deliver access for families, and we started working on it in an incremental process, and we have finally gotten there. And just for folks to know, I think it was even a couple of weeks ago for spring programming sign-up, council members and everyone else, we go through the process just like everyone else. I sent a screenshot. There were 1,400 people in line in front of me. I sent a screenshot to Director Hunter, and he sent me a screenshot back. He was also in line trying to get swim for his kids as well. He was successful. I wasn't. But nonetheless, we are really hearing families in terms of wanting more access, wanting more programs, wanting more slots. And so it's exciting for the council to be able to partner with the mayor's office to deliver this for families. And so I'll hand it over to the director so he can get more into the nitty-gritty details. But this is a very great day for families across the district. Director.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Delano Hunter, and I'm proud to serve as the director of the D.C. Department of Parks and Recreation, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the Berry Farm Recreation Center. First, I'd like to thank Mayor Bowser, Councilmember Henderson, Deputy Mayor Paul Kine in his absence for their support. And before I begin my remarks, I want to thank my over 600 colleagues at the Department of Parks and Recreation. Today's announcement celebrates their hard work, their great ideas, and their support for our agency as we continue to lead the nation as the #1 park system in America as ranked by the Trust for Public Land. So nearly 11 months ago, on the steps of the Kennedy Recreation Center, the mayor announced DPR's Recreation for All initiative, which represents an unprecedented investment in recreation. So the mayor challenged us to think bigger, bolder, and deeper about the investments and the recreation that we deliver to our youth. And I'm proud to say that in just 11 months, we are implementing many of the Recreation for All initiatives. So in typical government fashion, all is an acronym. So I'm going to let you know what the different letters represent and what the investments we've been able to bring into fruition already. So first we said, the first is A, right? So we said we want to increase access to DPR's most sought after programs, services, and facilities. So I'm proud to say that through this investment, we now have started and resumed Sunday hours at 4 aquatic centers that started in February. As the mayor announced, we are expanding hours at all of our sites beginning on March 27th, but also we're launching new summer camps for teams through our expansion through DCPS facilities. Also, we're offering half-day camps, increased camps at Camp Riverview, and so much more. Additionally, we are starting new programs such as an ATV program and so much more. So next, let's go to L. L is leveling the playing field by eliminating barriers to traditionally cost-prohibitive programs and activities. We've launched a new girls' sports, including gymnastics, volleyball, and lacrosse. We are exposing youth to cost-prohibitive sports such as golf and water-based sports such as kayaking and canoeing. And also, we have empowered community-based recreators to increase activities through our Recreation for All community grants. Now, last but not least, the last L stands for leveraging the latest, and that's through cutting-edge innovations. We've established new esports lounge. This is at 4 sites, and also we've expanded boost camps to include topics such as improv, esports, robotics, and journalism. And boost camps serve the 11 to 13-year-olds that traditionally have few opportunities. And last but not least, we are engaging our seniors in year-round athletic competition, including pickleball. So we know that it's not just about what you offer, but it's also how people access and they sign up for these opportunities. So I'm really excited just to tell you a bit more about the lottery. Again, we've heard the stories over the years of the frustrations. I think Councilmember Henderson said it best. There was a Hunger Game dynamics to signing up for summer camps, and the demand was through the roof. At a site like Turkey Thicket, 40 slots, you routinely have 600 people competing for those slots at the same time. We got emails from parents. The mayor let us know that we had to do better. And I'm pleased to announce that we now have a more equitable process beginning on the 13th. Residents will be able to register for a lottery slot for their children. They'll be able to have up to 3 preferences per camp sessions. We offer 4 camp sessions. And I'm really excited that this will be a better way to host signups for our slots. And what I'm really proud about is we know in certain communities like in Ward 7 and 8, nearly 70% of households access the internet through their phones. And if you're trying to access a camp slot at a point in time, it can have that Hunger Game dynamic. So we're taking the stress away from that process through nearly a month-long sign-up process. We'll have a randomized selection. It includes all sorts of things like sibling preferences. So I'm really excited about the lottery and what this means for families. Now, it's also important that as we ramp up and we do all these great things that we have more employees. We have about 600 employees during the year, but during the summer we ramp up and hire an additional 700 to 800 seasonal employees. And we want to grow our team this summer. We're looking for residents. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Takaya Turner. She is going to tell us more about how to become a part of Team DPR.
Thank you, Director. Great morning, everybody. My name is Takaya Turner, and I'm a full-time lifeguard here at Berry Farms. I am here as proof of one of the amazing opportunities that DPR provides. I went from unemployed trainee to seasonal worker to career service employee. I started in the free program certification that we have available right now, free lifeguard certification program certification. After completion, I was hired as a summer lifeguard at Oxyron. I was extended to DPR school-based pools part-time. Also, through DPR, I was able to get various certifications like my pool operator certification, my WSI, and also my water safety instructor certification. Thank you. I was hired full-time in November 2022, and I was stationed here. What I love about my job is they provide me with the tools and skills I need to succeed. I am grateful to DPR for changing my trajectory and putting me on a pathway to my career. Thank you, Mayor Bowser, for investing into me and DPR. I see everyone soon, especially this summer.
All right, Takia, you heard it. Get certified right here at Berry Farm. 600 to 700 hires for the summer that pay very well. So join us. So with that, I'll take any press questions or community questions. Press questions? Yes.
I have a few on this and then a few off topic if I can.
Okay.
With the extension of the hours, first off, how many employees have you already hired to meet the goals of the hours that you set forth here?
Sure. So we've hired year-to-date, fiscal year-to-date, October 1st to present, over 100 new hires. To expand at our 4 locations alone, we needed about 30 lifeguards. We've hired all 30. So this expansion would not be possible without the investments through Recreation for All and the 100 new hires.
So how confident are you then that you're going to be able to find the hires you need to complete the expansion that you want here?
Well, this is a part of spreading the word. We are hiring more seasonal employees than we ever have. So we know that in order to do so, it's always a great pathway. The majority of DPR employees were once seasonal employees, such as Ms. Turner. So it's a great opportunity to build a career in public service. And this is a part of getting the word. We are inclusive of the entire city. We're marketing to seniors, we're marketing to teens, and everyone in between.
And then in terms of the facilities, you mentioned Turkey Thicket as one of the immediate ones being addressed. I received plenty of complaints that the showers, for example, are not working, just constantly running. What kind of review was done at all the facilities before the hours extended?
Sure. So we just did a maintenance blitz on all of our pools in partnership with the Department of General Services. Each of our aquatic facilities have been closed down for a week to address HVAC matters, other maintenance, lighting, paint, etc. And we're confident that through this expansion that our sites will be up to par to meet residents' expectations.
And then, Mayor, I'd like to ask you, the focus right now for everyone is on the state of crime and juvenile crime. How does this address that?
You always hear me talk about our approach to everybody having a great life in D.C. includes providing a lot of opportunities, especially a lot of opportunities for families. I was privileged when I was sworn in earlier this year to talk about how the city has to invest in families of all incomes to make sure that when they think about where they want to live, where they want to send their kids to school, where they want to buy a house, DC is on the top of their list. In programs like Recreation for All, spring break, summer break, all the breaks that parents are looking to occupy their kids, if they have safe, enriching, and affordable options, that adds to their ability and their improvement in their quality of life.
Follow up to that, yesterday you were asked about sentencing of a 15-year-old who was charged and found guilty in the shooting of a Commanders player and in connection with the killing of another team. That child only got 6 years. You said you didn't know enough about the case yesterday to comment. Have you since reviewed that case?
I know the incidences. I know someone died, and it was a 15-year-old who killed another 15-year-old, which just puts another light on the urgency that we need to keep guns out of the hands of people who will use those guns.
Do you feel that 6 years, the family came out of court upset saying that that's the max you can get as a juvenile? Do you think that that's appropriate for a 15-year-old who committed a carjacking, who was involved in the killing of another teen, and that was the third, fourth, and fifth events that he was charged
I
with?
think those are questions that are appropriate for the Attorney General, who will be more familiar with the cases. It sounds like the juvenile was charged as a juvenile. There would be increased penalties available if he was in the adult court. So I don't know enough to say anything about that.
But as the leader of this city, what do you make?
I just told you. It would be irresponsible for me to say that this case should have been in the adult court, not having the same information that the Attorney General has.
Legislation changes to address that? Is that something you're
our
looking
law,
at?
and yes, and certainly as we look at ways to make us safer, especially with regard to young people and guns, our law does afford the opportunity for a youthful offender to be charged as an adult, but those decisions are made with the Office of the Attorney General.
And then I'd like to ask as well, today there's a continued battle over the FBI headquarters. 2 questions on that, and then another follow-up on something else. With regard to the FBI headquarters, there's so many empty buildings in the district. Has your office done any more to try and keep that in the city? Are you at all concerned about the number of jobs that are going to be going to another location?
We are very focused on having Pennsylvania Avenue vibrant and alive. We think that if the FBI continues to want a campus-style setting, then they're not likely to stay in the district. But we do think that there are many opportunities for their C-level executives to stay in the district.
Battle between Maryland and Virginia, one of the arguments being made is that this is an equity issue. Do you have a preference on where you think it should go, Maryland, Virginia, between the two?
I am persuaded by arguments to help enliven metro stations, and to the extent that one is a better use of one of our regional metro stations, I think that should weigh heavily on the decision.
On the OUC question you were asked about last night, you said there was no merit to that lawsuit. Can you go in a little bit more?
No, I
into
can't. I can't say any more. Any other questions? Yep.
Yeah, Mayor Bowser, talking about inviting families to come to the rec centers. Rec centers have seen violence, just like libraries. You were talking about the Petworth Library. What do you say, or Director Hunter, what do you say to parents and seniors or anybody who just might be concerned about, is it safe for me to go to these rec centers? Just like, is it safe for me to go anywhere? But is there any special focus on safety?
This is what I will say. People are clamoring to get in our rec centers, Mark. I think you've heard from an advisory neighborhood commissioners. You hear in communities. We hear in schools. The director hears all the time that we want more hours, we want more activities, and we're clamoring to get in those facilities. Obviously, we want to keep an eye on safety and security, and the director thinks about that all the time. I'll have Delano weigh in on some of the considerations they make.
Thank you. Our centers are safe, and we look at safety holistically. It begins with staff, being properly staffed, which we're able to do now in a better way through Recreation for All. Also, we have worked to make security upgrades with the Department of General Services. Over 30 of our sites have received lighting, fencing, and CCTV upgrades. There are additional sites which will be brought online this year as well. Also, we have invested in non-law enforcement engagement through our rangers and our roving leaders at our sites. So our sites are safe. It's something that we pay very close attention to, and we want to welcome folks into our sites. And also, I just want to add, like, activating them is a part of keeping it safe as well. So through Recreation for All and through the expanded hours, by activating these campuses for more hours, we think that that creates safer and stronger communities.
Thank you, everybody.